So we've had some questions on the Facebook group as well. I've got 4 good ones. So this is from Matthew. He said, why do you think that Wilson is not the whole household name in golf that it used to be? Is it because they cater for the higher handicappers, or they just won't shell out money for bigger names? Now, obviously, you've done that video. You did the thing with Wilson a number of years ago, which was, well, you worked for the Golf Channel on a Wilson kind of show. But just before actually we get onto that, obviously, I've been playing golf kind of the same time as you, so about 96, 97 I started. Been a number of brands like Wilson who were the market leaders.
Correct.
And I'm going to reel some off now. You might have some that I've not mentioned, but I'm going to reel some off. Lynx, Wilson, Maxfly, Hippo, Dunlop. Now, maybe the Hippo and Dunlop weren't as big, but they were decent brands.
Hippo was popular.
Strata for the golf balls, McGregor, Slazenger. Now they're a Sports Direct brand now, but Slazenger were the real deal back in the day, maybe more 80s, 70s. Yeah, Howson, Howson, Tommy Armour, and Spalding.
Yeah, Adams, was a big one. Mizuno drivers,
Mizuno drivers was a big one.
I know they still make them, but they were big in the day.
So it's weird how there will, but people again are watching this or listening or whatever. Comment below if you've got any more brands that were kind of really big 20 years ago, maybe even more.
It'd be interesting if you properly looked at if there's any patterns that emerged with all of those brands.
Things they've done kind of wrong or they've changed.
Well, they're quite different, some of them, but let's take, for example, Wilson. Obviously, that was the question. I think back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, I'd still believe Wilson have the most major wins using their irons.
I feel like they do, because it was a lot of the Opens, wasn't it, in the whatever years.
Even like Padraig Harrington, only in the last kind of few decades has won Opens with them. And then Gary Woodland, a couple of years ago, won a major with using the Wilson irons as well. For me, I think that if you looked at it from a business standpoint, I think he's probably nailed it on the head with 2 things. I think back in the day, they made phenomenal irons, really, really good, brilliant blades. They were killing it. I think with a lot of these brands now, as Callaway and TaylorMade have started to do, they try and make everything, don't they?
Yeah.
And probably you've got each brand really has its own exact
specialty almost.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah,
so like I would say TaylorMade is more of a wood company.
Yes.
I would say that, for example, Titleist is more of a ball company.
Yeah.
I would say that Ping is more of an a putter company, Ping.
Yeah.
For its originally roots. And then I think Wilson, what they started to do is try and make too many different products. Drivers, wedges, golf ball, putters, etc., which is still trying to do right now. And I also think they also tried to captivate the package set market.
Yes, they did.
I think when they were really popular, they also tried to go, well, we're killing it up here at the best players in the world, good players. How do we kill it down here as a mass product?
Well, our Wilson Deep Red now is kind of that package set brand, which is decent gear. It was at the time, Wilson Deep Red was their premium line. It was. And then they kind of brought it down a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
So I think then the guys who were up here who regard Wilson as being the best of the best start to look at these package sets and go, I'm now being associated with this brand. Yeah. A bit like what PXG have done recently. Yeah. I think we've seen this exact same trend, but with PXG. They came out with these ridiculously expensive clubs, really aspirational. Everybody wanted to try them. I was getting pestered about testing PXG. They've gone off the planet now. Yeah. They're making package sets. Like, I never thought I'd see that.
Strange, isn't it?
If they were going to make a package set, I wanted to see them make a 12 grand package set.
Yeah.
Not a £1,000 package set, which I think they've brought out now.
Sort of RAM as well, by the way.
RAM was a good one. So I think over time, what these brands sometimes do is maybe get a little bit greedy and try and captivate every single market. I would say the only real brand that has done that in the last decade or so, and I'm not talking in golf, is probably Apple. I probably would say Apple are the only brand that have actually managed to captivate the laptop market, the phone market, the music market, the speaker market.
You know what they do very differently though, although you're completely right. They take the time, don't they? So I don't know what year Apple was formed, but the first iPhone was, I think, 07. So it took a long time. And then like the wireless headphones was such a long time.
They didn't come out with the phone, did they?
No, exactly.
They started with the actual Big Macs.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it makes you think that, like, do some of the golf brands rush into it? Or it's like, again, we've used this example a lot of times, but Mizuno, it baffles me how Again, there's nothing. Mizuno equipment is fantastic. If I did play with a guy or whatever, when I went to go and play at Stockport, let's say, who was off a 5 handicap and had Mizuno irons, I'd think nothing of it. If they say, "Oh, what ball are you playing over?" It's Mizuno 1. You're almost thinking, "Why are you using Mizuno ball?" It just seems like it's hard for one brand. I think Titleist is probably the only one, and TaylorMade really, who do everything.
But I think Titleist were
well. Callaway, I guess,
clever
there's a few
in the fact that they headhunted experts in each field. So Titleist were making golf ball, and they went, right, let's make some wedges. We'll use the best person in wedges, Bob Vokey. Okay, you're going to come with us. Who's the best person making putters right now? Scotty Cameron. Okay, you're going to come with us.
I think as well, another thing that comes down to it that often we don't kind of even consider is the actual, forgetting about just golf for a moment, it's the actual brand themselves and what is the kind of focus. So Wilson Sporting Goods are owned by Aim Sports, which is a massive sporting company. But obviously Wilson are very big in tennis and other racket sports. So I don't know, I mean, I'm sure we could find this out with a bit of research. Maybe we should have done some before, but I don't know in terms of what golf actually makes up the market of their business.
Well, I went in Chicago and I went to Wilson HQ.
Yeah.
I went in with this mindset, it's a golf company. Golf was a tiny little space in this gigantic office in Chicago.
So it's how much have they want to put into it?
It was tennis. I'm sure there was some crazy stat like they make more tennis balls than do golf balls.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised.
Like they sell so many more rackets. They sell